very important is because, and integrity is very important is because at a time when social capital is even, for me, I think more significant than money capital. People would only trust, what it is that they see and what it is that you've been able to portray over the years. So I think for whatever it is that you do moving forward as a young person, be sure that you build a brand and a name that does not leave people questioning the kind of person that you are. We're gathered here today because we believe that Hamza is someone of integrity. I don't think we would all be sitting here today cheering him on and celebrating with him if we don't believe in the brand that he's, built over the years consistently. So that's one for me. The second I'll say is kindness. The world is such it's the world today, that I think we all need a little bit of kindness. So whatever it is you can do to extend that to the person next to you, people would always remember you for the way that you make them feel. So I think that's something that I've done over the years. I hope that people remember me that way. At least that's how I want to be remembered. And I think that for all that we do, when we treat people with respect, with kindness, they would pass on that treatment to other people. And I think it goes a long way to making our world a better place.
Thank you. Mariam.
All right. Happy birthday, Hamzi. So I think there are two things for me that have driven me so far, and I think will be valuable in anyone's journey. It's compassion and wisdom. So I think with compassion, looking at those girls from the 100 Naira a day school, I had tears in my eyes. And I'm so proud to be Hamzi's friend, knowing that this is the kind of thing Hamzi does for girls. And it's a driving force in what we're doing. When you're doing advocacy, there are awards, but truly it's thankless. And without the compassion that you have for people and the world, and seeing mother with a newborn baby sweeping on the streets and not thinking, how can I make that person's life better? I don't think that, anything we're doing should be more impactful than changing people's lives. And when you have that compassion, you'll be able to change lives. It will drive you, even in the smallest decisions, to do what's. And I think that's just what Nigeria needs at the end of the day. Wisdom. Without wisdom, there's nothing you can do right. You have to know when to do things, the right time to do things, how to do them, how to introduce them. Literally, in your relationships, you have to use wisdom in your work, and it guides you. I think wisdom uplifts. Wisdom highlights, and wisdom is the source of even, the impact of your work as well. So you can have compassion, you have wisdom. I think those bring things together. I think I wanted to say integrity, but Bella beat me to it, so I just skipped over it. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Dr. Halima.
Happy birthday, Hamza, and thank you for giving me this platform. Come and speak. I think for me, I'll say my values have been transient and actually variable. There have been some that have been at the core of my life, and then some that I had to drop at some time, and then some I have to pick now. But above all this, I would say honesty is very important in my life. That value was instilled strongly by my parents, because I would say that in my house, you could burn it down and say you did it if it was a mistake without having any consequences. My parents made it clear that you make mistakes, you learn from them, but that doesn't mean that you have to bear the consequences. Now, you bear consequences often when you do them and you know they're wrong. So myself and my siblings are people that, brothers, it's me. You never ask who did this, and then you start searching, which actually, if you go into other houses as a child, I noticed, I remember there was a time I went to a friend's house, and I think, I can't remember, something broke, but I can't remember exactly, but the mother was saying, nobody broke something that, for me, I think in my house you would know immediately. The second thing, commitment to greater good. My mom has always said that she always says this, that wherever you're going on your road to success, make sure you do not leave the people behind you. And when you cross there, make sure you leave the door open. So what I have tried in my life to do is, because it's not everybody that comes from a background that things come in easy for them. Now, what I have tried in my life to do is to make sure that, and I'm not trying to be biased, but I focus a lot more on girls, less privileged, is to make sure that I form a bridge. I become the bridge that they cross to the other side. Just a little maybe story from my own end. I came back from my medical school. My mom said I was bored. She said, okay, then do something, maybe volunteer. A month later, I got a job in Family Health International. It's an international organization at a very young age. Now, the next thing is I went to my master's. Before I came back, I had a job. This job required 5 years experience, but just sitting down with the person, Dr. Ahmed Abdulhab, he felt I don't need 5. Now, I don't know what I did. So what I have tried, is to make sure. So the next thing I'll say is mentorship. I was mentored. I feel that I need to do that to the young people coming in, the emerging generation. So I was given chances, but the reason is, I had people that I had access to, that I could talk to without knowing anybody to get this. So I try to make myself available. And when we are talking about recruitment and job offers, I don't care what experience you have, honestly.
That's excellent.
I sit down with you and I listen to you and I hear what you have to say. I want innovative, creative-minded people, because I know that if people are talking of experience, I wouldn't have reached where I am. So,
excellent.
Thank you very
so
much.
Right, Rinsola.
Happy birthday, Hamza, and good afternoon, everyone. I would say the key values to me are equity, empathy, honesty, and grit. Equity, I'm very big on equity. I'm very big on fairness. It's a religious order for those of us who are Muslims, and I'm pretty sure it's the same thing in Christianity and other religions. I believe in considering others, do others that would like to be done unto me. Empathy, there's no point having a career in politics as far as I'm concerned, or seeking to lead people or represent them or protect their interests if you cannot put yourself in their shoes, if you cannot, want to do things from the perspective of making things better for them. And if you don't have empathy, that's something you can't do. Honesty, I believe in being a woman of my word. If I say something, then it has to be like that. Knowing that whatever I say, I can be taken for my word, and that is a huge thing for me. I think it's something that we all have to strive towards as young people. Then when it comes to grit, I believe in hard work. I believe in putting in the work, because I'm always working on one thing or the other, aiming for one thing or the other. And I always like to know that I have put in enough work it is that I am trying to get. So I believe in hard work. There is no shortcut to success, especially for young people. I think it's a message that really has to resonate with young Nigerians at this point in our history. People are doing all sorts of things, going to all sorts of lengths. We need to understand that there is a process before we get to a certain point, and hard work has no substitute. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Quite succinct there. My final question to the panel, and can I crave your indulgence to give this answer in one sentence, just so that Hamzi remembers. I'm sure there's a lot of people telling him stuff today. So Hamzi hasn't told us what he's transitioning to. Maybe we'll ask you later. But for whatever it is you're transitioning to, maybe agriculture, maybe farming, music, academia, whatever. Ladies, can we give Hamzi one sentence of advice as he transitions? And I'll start again with Bella.
Well, Hamzi, I imagine that what you're transitioning to would involve you taking responsibility of a large number of people, being very responsible. You have to make decisions that would have consequences for millions of Nigerians. That's my sense of the next step where you're going. And I think for my advice to you as you go into this next thing that you're going to do is, don't forget where you're coming from and all the positive values that have gotten you to where you are today.
All right, thank you. Mariam.
Hamzi, I don't think I can give you any advice. So I will pray for you. I am proud of you. I pray that God blesses the next step of your journey. I pray that God blesses Ummi and Amina and your beautiful children, and that your success is without bounds.
All right, Dr. Halima.
So, Hamzat, I expect that I think just like Bella, you would be taking on more responsibilities. As His Excellency said, know when to move from fighting against to fighting for.
First of all, you've done really great work. You're a great person, a great friend, very reliable. These are values that you must never lose. I hope that what you're transitioning into is what I'm in presently. So if it's politics, be bold, be courageous, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Fortune favors the bold. You have everything that it takes, whether it's politics or anything else, anything you set your heart to, Hamza. I believe that with God by your side and these wonderful women supporting you and everybody in this hall and young Nigerians, everybody all over the world backing you, you can attain whatever it is you've set your heart to.
All right. And Hamzi, I wish you clarity. You will always know where to go, left or right. You'll be able to discern what's good for you, what's not good for you. But most importantly, I wish you the clarity that ensures that you keep at the center. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for my panel.
Thank you very much. Hamza is leading a standing ovation for the women. Please put your hands together properly for them. Thank you very much. We're honored to have you, and that, of course, speaks to Hamza's mind. Let me also specially appreciate the women in the front row. I'll start from the extreme. I want to specially appreciate Chief Osasu Ignadion. You're welcome. I'll also want to come to this extreme and also appreciate Nancy Lonaji. You're welcome. Thank you. I will take two special women who have helped coach to move very fast. Your Excellencies, our First Ladies, let me especially appreciate Umi Saidu Yusuf and Amina Usman. Thank you very much. We appreciate you for the great job you're doing to make our job easy at the office. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the next item is very important, and it's to talk about persons born March. One of them, of course, is former President Olusegun Obasanjo. Obafemi Awolowo was born in this month. Yemi Alade was born. Yemi Oshibanjo, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Johnson Agui Ronsi, Tony Elumelu, Pete Doche, Taribo West, Ben Okri, and Hamza B. Lawal. To take us further, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, there will be three quick events that will happen in quick succession. The first of them will be a poet performing. The second will be bringing up Hamzi to tell us a little something. And the third will be about him sitting by the fire.
You just finished listening to the all-female panel session at the Hamzi at 35 symposium in Abuja, celebrating Hamzat Lawal's birthday, an anti-corruption activist and renowned humanitarian. On WFM 91.7, thank you for listening, and do stay tuned to WFM 91.7.